Hello and welcome back to the TheDropOutDragon. These are the stats we're going to be using with this character here. Obviously the low vitality, so we can use the Flynn's Ring, which is quite powerful, and an extra 50 AR. And we're going to be taking a look at the Butcher's Knife, which is by far one of my favorite weapons in the game at this time with the current calibrations that it has. Now, one of the things I love about this weapon is that it's an axe moveset, unless you start pressing R2. Now, the R2s on both the one-handed and two-handed are different from other weapons. But these are the R1s. This is an R2. Second R2. Get my stamina back up just a little bit. And that's the running R1, the one-handed. And the rolling R1, which we're going to talk a little bit about in a bit. And this is the guard break, obviously, and this is the R1s, two-handed, and here is the R2s, which does that slam down attack just like from Dark Souls 1. So it's a pretty intimidating weapon. That's the running attack, and this is the rolling attack, those big wide arc sweeps, which is very nice. So this weapon can stun lock. Now, it doesn't stun lock like, the old way of doing things, but if you do the one-handed rolling attack, you can stun lock an enemy for 2 extra hits, which is nice. You could just get that damage in there, and it's fun to do after fighting katanas all day. You go ha, and just get that little extra hit in. It's by far one of my favorite weapons to use, and it's actually very, very powerful. So I would suggest everybody at least try it once so you can figure out the moveset. Now the thing about axes that you have to remember is that they do a little bit of a delay before they swing. They're not as fast as most of the other weapons, and in that case you're actually at an advantage because most people know how to roll away from straight swords and katanas and other weapons in the game, but axes being not used as often have this, he's using the Majestic Greatsword, which is a DLC weapon, so he wants to power stance that and hurt me. You catch people in rolls pretty easily, so it's a good weapon, I think. We're just testing the waters with him a little bit. See, snagged him right there in that roll. Got him again. Got some nice range. Got him again. We're really putting the pressure on. And now I'll show you the stun lock right there. And if you time it right, oh no! He just completely did not care about what we were doing. So I'll throw my own little bit of fire. And we'll get up close. Bam! That range though, isn't that special? It is. Nope, no parry. But I do hit him first. So, GG, my friend. Thanks for playing. But like I said, this weapon is very effective no matter what you're doing. Now, it does take a bit to use. 25 strength, I believe it was, but it does have A scaling. 25 strength with 8 dexterity. You can get it by trading in the Old Rotten Soul, I believe, to Ornifex, who is the big bird lady. I believe it was Ornifex. If it's wrong, I'm sure all the comments on the YouTube will tell me all about it. I've actually had the weapon in my inventory for quite some time and almost had forgotten where I got it for a second. I was just like, what do I do? Where did I get that? which also sometimes happens. So with my videos, basically I talk about the weapon just a little bit and I show how I think it should be used, and it's not, that's completely subjective. You guys can use it any way you want, obviously, but you can form your own play style with the weapon. But I feel being aggressive with this thing will allow you to get in those hits and be rather effective at dealing the damage, and you won't have to trade as often because you'll be stun locking. It does bring out some heavy staggers now and then, which is good. So that is how you will be able to trade better. Now, one of the things that was said about this weapon during my live streams, and I can't get it out of my head now, is uh, it doesn't rest well on your shoulder there. As you can see, it looks like he's just kind of holding it up, so it just kind of looks funny, but it also looks like a giant feather when you buff it. With fire, it's not so bad, but with anything else, it looks like just a big feather. You're just walking around with a big feather. See right there, I caught him in that roll because he thought he knew when to roll. Oh, but he got a really good parry in. He'll switch over to the dagger because DPS is obviously the main goal here. And we have no armor. Caught him in the roll again. Oh, no parry for me. Thought I could parry him back and act like a cool kid, but I guess not. And he's getting pretty cocky there, but we caught him in the roll. See, this weapon can catch people in rolls. So even though he got that really nice parry in, which people have been doing, they have been doing the parries a lot. They have been learning. I don't know if that's maybe because a certain patch made them better or worse than they were. The parry frames, I mean, but there's no way to know. But whatever, good luck with that. I think it might be easier than it was with the shields, and because I've been getting parried a lot more, or maybe the people who just didn't practice a lot have already started leaving the game because it's been out for a while, and maybe the people who were super try-hard, very good at the game, maybe they're here to stay, which is nice to know. So we can all get good together. So that's fantastic. But that's completely, totally off the topic here. This is what you get when you have unedited content and you just put up 30-minute lazy videos. That's what they are. Some people enjoy them, and I'll put them up for you guys if you guys keep watching them. I know I've been kind of lazy lately, but that's just because I live stream. Live streaming is so much easier for me to get in touch with, who's watching. It's funner and it's easier to do, and I got like music playing and all that. So I mean, there's a difference to making just these videos and then putting them up and editing them and whatever, which is obviously not that hard since I don't edit very much. But there you go. So, Tuturu, interesting name. Now, you guys, I'm a big fashion master. That's not true at all, but I do prefer fashion souls over practical souls every day. So that's one of the reasons why we look like we do. But the other reason, obviously, is that we were using the Flynn's ring for some of that extra damage. I thought he'd run at me, but I guess he didn't. Now he's doing the animation cancels, which is smart of him. He's pulled out a whip because he knows I like to parry. So obviously using the buckler means, hey, I'm gonna parry. It's a big tell. And we sidestep that just a little bit, and you can't parry them whips. Them whips is strong. Not my favorite thing in the whole world, those whips. So when he was ready for it anyway, and he's got the adaptability to dodge most everything I got. So that's a saddening thing. He's moving around. He's got that going. I'm trying to be aggressive on him, but it's gonna end up killing me. And I'm not angling it correctly. The tracking on this is not as good as some other weapons. Now I think what he's going for now is the backstab, because he's using the mail breaker, which is a pain in my ass. Alright, I spammed that a little bit, I will admit. That was me spamming it just a little bit. This guy is clearly doing better than me. And no parry for me. And he's just punishing my rolls. He's just punishing it hard. But I caught him. So we're getting him down. This is what happens when you're not wearing any armor and you just take the damage. And when you're as rusty as me, you have issues. Caught him in the roll again, but he did not stagger. Caught him in that little thing. Oh, but he swings around and he's going to punish me for that. So let's Let's show him that rolling around me is not safe because I can do this. So we could be doing a lot worse, obviously. Oh, and a parry. So GG. We were waiting for that. GG, my friend. But other than that, there's not a whole lot to say about this weapon, other than, you know, it's a little bit slower and it does do good damage and you can catch people in rolls. It does have that little stun lock, which hopefully I can showcase just a little bit more. But other than that, it does what it's doing. It does what it does well, and you guys should really check this weapon out. That's what I think. I'm sorry I don't have like a whole lot to say about it, but that's just, yeah, you gotta say or do what you want to do. That's just how it goes. It's basically the way I like to joke about things. It's like I have a running gag where the hand axe is OP in my live stream, and I say hand axe OP because I had the pyro cosplay, the pyro class from Dark Souls 1 that I took over to Dark Souls 2, and the hand axe just, you know, wrecked people because of its moveset. Well, the Bandit axe is the hand axe 2.0, and this is the this is the hand axe 3.0, basically. But we hopefully can get some decent matches in that don't last as long as that one. That was too much, too spooky for me. I say, too spooky for me. Both of us had run out of our buffs like before half of the fight was even over. Yeah, hello, guy. He's got himself that straight sword, which is not good for us because straight sword, ow. And we have no poise, which means pain. But that was a good trade, I think. That was a good trade. I don't want to trade with his weapon with any pyromancy because his weapon will hurt us. He's got that. There we go, and we can show off that little stun lock there. He got to roll out of it due to high adaptability, but and we got the parry in. So now we're getting good. Now we're having a good day, and a little bit of rude wake up combustion. Nope, doesn't hit it. The guy's got the adaptability that just won't quit. So I can two-hand the weapon here, and hopefully, nope. And totally screw that up. Isn't that embarrassing? That was bad. That was bad. Now we want to have a little throwing contest, obviously. Oh, and I'm gonna get punished so hard. Stop rolling into him. I kept doing it. I kept rolling into him, and that was dumb. I was just gonna get punished by it. So, but he walked right into that. So. GG, or rolled rather. I threw out that little taunt at the end. You know, no big deal. I love the welcome gesture. The welcome gesture is one of my favorites because of the simple fact that, you know, it doesn't look like a taunt until you think about it. It's like, hey, you know, I guess it's supposed to be the, well, what is it taunt, but I guess not. Some people say it's not, but in my mind, when you do it, you're like, hey, kiss my ass. Like, oh well. But that's, you know, this is a good weapon that you should all definitely try out. If not for the fact that it is a popular weapon, I would recommend using everything. I know there's some really OP things. I know that, but I would recommend using everything just so you're aware of what the other guy can do. This would be one of those weapons. Go out and use the really bad Great Club. Go out and use, you know, really, really bad stuff, or OP stuff, or even garbage stuff, so you know what it can do. You know you've used it, you've implemented it, you've seen its effectiveness in whatever situation, and so the other person does not have that leg on you, and have that leg up on you, and that advantage. So. Oh, we're back to this guy. That's a hell of a name, I have to say. That's a hell of a name. I am not confused by the name. I'm impressed. So, oh, he's ready. So I do a little, well, what is it? But it's not. But it's not, well, what is it? It's not. Sidestep that little. I like sidestepping things just so I don't have to think about it and I won't roll like constantly. But I don't know. I wouldn't recommend it all the time. He goes for that little backstab. Didn't get it. Ooh, did get that old whip in my face. Now, the old whip is very strong. The whips, to me, I think they need to be nerfed just a bit. They disturb me. I am disturbed by the power that they hold. And they can't be parried, so it's almost like there's no punishment for them. We got that great fireball right there in his face. It's like, what's up, man? He likes to backstep. Now, backstepping, that is not, in my eyes, the most effective way to do anything. Will I time it right? I will not. I will not time it right. I will not. That is, backstepping has delayed iframes. And so, like what happened to him, he was like, oh, I'll backstep it, but unfortunately, he still got hit because he misjudged the timing, and I would just rather roll away, which has almost instant frames. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, now he's going for that pokey. Maybe at one point, he'll get that. And let's see if we can... No, nothing there. And we got the parry in. So this is the exact same health bar when I parried him last time. Talk about overkill. Oh well. He was an edgy guy. He was an edgy guy with all them circling around, looking at things and whips and mail breakers. But I guess I was more edgy with my taunting. I guess I was more edgy. Not entirely sure. But you know, what you have to understand in the arena is that there's a much more competitive nature to the arena than there would be in, say, the bridge or any other invasion spot, only because the arena judges you. There's ranks, there's auras, there's, everybody in there, tryhard brother wants to go in there and have, like, the quote-unquote fair duel. I think with something like Soul Memory in place, you can't really ever have a fair duel unless you know for a fact the other guy is 150, but there's PC people have a way around that I don't know anything about, I don't use, I know what it is, but I don't know. I don't think it matters. I think you just have to go in there and fight as best you can, and hopefully, like, you can use a weapon like this and still do damage against someone who is maybe not following the meta. And I'm not saying people who follow the meta or don't follow the meta are better or worse. I just, it's nice to be able to hit an 838 and do actual damage. So now this right here this is a real rude way of doing things. Immediately taking the height advantage just because you were there. Got that little bow shot in, which I'm not appreciative. I don't appreciate it. But that's okay, because now we can stun lock him. Just like that. Just like that. What's up, guy? Huh? What you got? No, he's like, oh, I've got a way to heal. Oh, no healing? And we got the victory there. Got the victory there. So that wasn't that bad. That wasn't that bad, but could be better. But I don't like the idea of somebody just like, oh, I spawned on this side, let me just run up and shoot arrows. I don't like that. That seems pretty scumlord to me. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to get people, oh, you did to get rid of your honorable duels mentality. Well, I can't. I can't. I'm a grown-up, and I can't. But I'm not much of a grown-up, but I'll admit that. I'm not much of a grown-up. But we'll see how grown up I am when I meet the big old Havel guy, and he just absolutely totally dominates me with a mundane dagger. We'll see how grown up I am when I start crying about it. Oh, that was complete bull. Oh. Why don't they just play the game the way I want them to play it? That'll be me, and then I won't sound like much of a grown up. But oh well. Life moves on in the arena, the place of blood. Ugh. Sometimes it sickens me. It really does. Sometimes it sickens me. Now, a lot of people, too, I can bring this up. A lot of people, too, have been wondering why I'm just constantly... Oh, he's going to do it again. I'm always on this side. Feels that way. Feels like I'm always on this side of the arena. You guys ever feel that? I'm on this side where they can just run up and do whatever they want. So, now that I know what he likes to do, let me just... Edge is... Oh, it didn't matter, did it? Yeah. Yeah. That's range. That's range, friend. Your weapon is silly, and you're gonna get parried, so... Oh well. Oh, no wake-up combustion for me. I must have forgotten how to effectively use it, but... It's been a while since I've done, like, any, like, wake-ups or anything like that. So, GG! GG. I didn't even roll out of that. I needed to finish that. Welcome. I had to finish that. Running away from me. That is my biggest pet peeve in this game. Running away. When people run away, I kind of just want to find them and punch them in the face over and over and tell them what kind of coward that they are. Especially if they run away to heal. I mean, invasions or anything goes, but in the arena you can still heal with faith miracles, which is fucking ridiculous in my opinion. But when they just run away and do that, there's not a whole lot you can do. You can go and try and punish, and then they'll cast Wog, but you know, good luck. Though it is pretty satisfying when they run away and heal and you still win. And you didn't heal. That's pretty satisfying. That's your little try hard super special moment right there. That's where you feel good. You're like, yeah, you know, I killed you twice in one match. How does that feel? How does that feel on the inside? How does it feel to be a bitch? But you can also come off like a try hard asshole like me with his elitist mentality. Which is not good. Don't be an elitist. Don't be like me. Being like me, I'm an elitist asshole about the fun of the game and blah blah blah. That's how I am, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I'm not the best player at this game at all by any means. Obviously I'm not. Missing all those parries and all that crap. That's what I was doing. Okay, we have a Lancer? Nah. I could have just parried like right off the bat, and I didn't. Oh, no trade for me. There we go. Get that little trade in there, except without the trade, just to hit. It's so rare that I get hits without trading that I don't even know they exist. Let's get him thinking about it. Oh, that's a damn shame. Do it again. No? No hits for either of us. Okay. And we caught him in that roll right there. See that second R2? We caught him. We caught him with that roll. We caught him with that roll, which is nice. So I'll do a little jumping attack. Get completely railed by his train. It hurt. You know, it hurt. No, no parry for me. And a backstab. I'll do the backstab. Bonk! And this is one of my favorite riposte animations and backstab animations in the game, just because you slam it down on their face and cleave them in half. I love that. That is the greatest feeling. I love it. So I think you guys get the basic principle. I don't think this video needs to run to 30 minutes. We could probably just end it now, but it is, you get the basic idea of what you should do with this weapon. That I feel you should do with this weapon. It's not going to blow you away. So, but yeah, that's the butcher's knife and my lazy half-assed attempt to make it entertaining. I guess I'm just not in the wholeest of moods today. One of my videos was interrupted by Mormons, which I was very upset, and I was much more chipper until they showed up. But oh well. So there you go. There you have it. This is the butcher knife and my terrible, terrible, raggy fashion soles with the weird Sephiroth hair for no apparent reason. If you guys like what you see, check the description down below, and you can find me on the live stream where we've got music playing. I'm much more energetic half the time.
That's where you
and
feel
I'm not
good.
just
Like,
mad
yeah,
at people in the arena.
I killed
not
you twice
connecting
in one
because
match.
That
How does that
ruins
feel?
the video.
How does that
I mean,
feel
it's bad enough that
on the inside?
I play
How
on
does it
consoles
feel
because
to be a bitch?
I want to avoid hacking, and I know there's hacking in PS3. I understand that.
A
but
try-hard asshole like me.
there's not a lot of it.
It's a little bit more
tricky
elitist
to
mentality
do for people,
which is not
so
good. Don't be
there's
an
just
elitist.
less of it.
Don't be like me.
Being
I
like
don't
me,
want my entire
I'm an
save
elitist asshole
files
about,
corrupted because some guy
the fun
put
of the
something in my
game and blah blah
inventory
blah.
even though I
That's
didn't
that's
pick
how I
anything
am,
up.
and I'm sorry.
So it just that's the way it happens.
And I'm not even I'm not
but
if
not
you
the
guys
best
like what
player
you see,
feel
this game
free
at
to
all,
by any means.
check in the
obviously.
description. There's going to be a link to my live
Obviously,
stream.
I'm not
missing all
and,
those
my
parries and all that
group
crap.
on Twitch, which is a lot of other
that's what I
streamers
was
that you
doing.
guys might find really entertaining,
Okay,
called
we
the
have
Nexus. So
a Lancer.
enjoy
Nah.
that.
But have a good one, guys. The TheDropOutDragon is
I
dropping
could have just
out.
parried like right off the bat, and I didn't.
Oh, no trade for me. There we go. Get that little trade in there, except without the trade, just to hit. It's so rare that I get hits without trading that I don't even know they exist. Let's get him thinking about it. Oh, that's a damn shame. Do it again. No? No hits for either of us. Okay. And we caught him in that roll right there. See that second R2? We caught him. We caught him with that roll. We caught him with that roll, which is nice. So I'll do a little jumping attack. Get completely railed by his train. It hurt. You know, it hurt. No, no parry for me. And a backstab. I'll do the backstab. Bonk! And this is one of my favorite riposte animations and backstab animations in the game, just because you slam it down on their face and cleave them in half. I love that. That is the greatest feeling. I love it. So I think you guys get the basic principle. I don't think this video needs to run to 30 minutes. We could probably just end it now, but it is, you get the basic idea of what you should do with this weapon. That I feel you should do with this weapon. It's not going to blow you away. So, but yeah, that's the butcher's knife and my lazy half-assed attempt to make it entertaining. I guess I'm just not in the wholeest of moods today. One of my videos was interrupted by Mormons, which I was very upset, and I was much more chipper until they showed up. But oh well. So there you go. There you have it. This is the butcher knife and my terrible, terrible, raggy fashion soles with the weird Sephiroth hair for no apparent reason. If you guys like what you see, check the description down below, and you can find me on the live stream where we've got music playing. I'm much more energetic half the time, and I'm not just mad at, people in the arena not connecting, because that really ruins a video. I mean, it's bad enough that I play on consoles because I want to avoid hacking, and I know there's hacking in PS3. I understand that, but there's not a lot of it. It's a little bit more tricky to do for people, so there's just less of it. I don't want my entire save files corrupted because some guy put something in my inventory even though I didn't pick anything up. So that's the way it happens. And but if you guys like what you see, feel free to check in the description. There's going to be a link to my live stream and my group on Twitch, which has a lot of other streamers that you guys might find really entertaining, called the Nexus. So enjoy that. But have a good one, guys. The Dropout Dragon is dropping out.